Alright, so for your second solve, what you did was, let's see. Okay. Green cross. Not sure why you chose green, honestly. Doesn't look that good, but once again, I'm blind with crosses. Yeah, it is actually better than I thought. So D2, R, to insert these two, and then D to align L, and then insert this last crossed with F prime. First pair R, U2, R prime to pair it up. Like that, and then insert with U2, R, U prime, R prime. So nothing wrong with that here. Then here you did Y prime, U, U prime, so don't do U prime, obviously. And then Y prime, so don't do Y prime as well. Then you did UDU, don't do UDU, just do UD2, but you did UDU, R, U prime, R prime, D prime. Oh, it doesn't work. There we go. And yeah, you could have just keyholed it at this angle instead of rotating twice, but anyways, next pair you did U prime, R prime, UR, U2 prime, SR, S prime. So let's see what that solves again. So you have, what pairs do you have to solve that case anyways? Oh, you have this pair. So instead of doing that, you can, there's a couple of options that are more efficient. So you can do U2 prime. Since you have the slot free, you can do R prime, FR, SR, fat F prime. So very fast. Next, I mean, you just did that, and then next you had this pair. So RU to R prime to pair it up, and then into with U prime, R prime, which is good. OLL, you just had this OLL. So U prime U, of course, don't do U prime U, and then do the OLL, and then do A perm. The rest of that was good. For the third solve, let's see. Okay, so cross, you just did it from this angle. So L to insert this cross edge, F prime to insert this cross edge, R prime to insert this cross edge, and then D prime, R to finish, D prime R, D2 to align the cross, and then insert first pair. So you did U, L prime, UL. I would have just done L prime, U2L, which is a little bit faster. Well, actually it's like the same speed, but L prime, U2L is easier. You don't have to double click, and most likely faster, because doing this is a little bit harder to do than just doing that. Although not really much harder, but you did this, and then R, U prime, R prime. What pair does that do again? So you did R, U prime, R prime, Y prime, U, R prime, U prime. Oh, I see. So you solved this pair, and you could have just done U, R prime, U prime, R, S, R prime, S prime, which is faster. Or just do R prime, U prime, R, and then rotate R prime, U prime, R. But you did R, U prime, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R. Still good though. At least I gave you a free pair, so you did rotation into the free pair. Next, you had this pair, so U prime. Oh, you had the same pair as last time, so you did U prime, R prime, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R. Could have just rotated first, but it's fine. And then U2, U2, and then SS prime, wow. And then finally do the OLL. Oh, and then also get a die. You could have just done something like do the OLL from this angle, which would give you much better PLL. Let's go. But anyways, you did that, and you had an E perm. So U prime, X prime, U perm, and then U. Personally, I would just do X prime and then rotate this way, and then do the E perm, but both are fine. Fourth solve. Z prime. Oh, nice orange cross. R prime to insert this cross edge. D prime, R prime to insert this cross edge, and G to finish off the cross. First pair, you pair this up and then insert with U2, R, U prime, R prime. So that's kind of bad. Do U, L prime, U prime, L, R, U prime, R prime instead. Or L prime, U, R, U, R prime instead. And doing this is just slower. Anyways, you did that. YU, bro. Why not someone else? Okay, so instead of doing YU, just, yeah, you already know what to do. Don't do YU. Next, you had R prime, U2R to pair this up. U, R prime, U2R. Okay, that's fine. U prime, and then R, U, R prime to pair this up. U prime, F, U, F prime. So you could just do R, F, U, F prime, R prime. And that solves a lot on yellow while doing this. Oh, they both do the same thing. Yeah, I'm stupid. Anyways, yeah, you did this. And then U prime, U prime. Okay, don't do that, obviously. Pair this up, and then insert normally. That gives you this OLL. U prime, okay, don't do that. OLL, U prime, GA perm, U prime. Okay, that's good. Final solve. What you did was... Okay, so... Just a reconstruction tip. Instead of writing Z2, Y2, simply write X2. Okay, so what you did was U prime to move this cross over here, and then R prime F2 to insert this pair, or insert this cross edge. First pair, just solve this one. I would have went with this pair over here, but yeah, doing this one is fine too. And here you did, I would have just canceled into solving this one, but you did U prime, so don't do U prime, and then you did R, U prime, R prime, L, U prime, R prime. And what I would have done here is just insert this pair first, and then insert this pair, but you didn't do that. And something else to note is you can do the ABC Kubernetes Getzel method, so R, U prime, M prime, B prime, Y prime. But doing this is also good. And then you had this pair, so U prime, oh wait, no. U, and then solve this pair. And then U2, pair this up, and then insert. I gave you this fat soon, and then F firm, so... you probably already know about the other F firms, in which case... Yeah, if you try the other F firms and you don't like them, standard is not a bad option. Anyways, your inspection seems to be fine, assuming you're always planning first pair. Just a reminder that you need to plan first pair every single solve, especially because you're color neutral, like, it's going to be so much easier for you. And also, take a look at second pair too, because cross plus 2 isn't hard when you can solve on all colors. And your F2L is very efficient, nothing really wrong about it. The only one thing I saw was just this pair. Don't do this solution, it's kind of bad. Just do this one, it's faster. But yeah, most of your solutions are fine. Just learn more of these tricks. Oh, and for example, this one, don't do this alg. It's not that good. Like, there's no point in using R prime, U, R, U prime, S, R, S prime. Just go like that, the alg I showed in the video. And yeah, there aren't many other things that I need to talk about, are there? Last layer, yeah, last layer algs are fine. So mostly just focus on inspection. Your inspection is already pretty good, but you can try planning second pair too. And F2L, your F2L is mostly efficient. Just don't use L prime, U prime, L, U prime, R, U, R prime, and then learn a few more F2L tricks. Last layer, your algs are fine. And then the other main thing you need to work on is just not doing some things like YU, U prime, etc. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's pretty much it for this critique, and I will solve this cube. Reminder to comment a video link with reconstructions if you want to get critiqued. So you have the COLL, these two opposite, these two opposite. Don't do this out, it's kind of bad. Unless you're doing the ZBL, of course, but there's a much better alg for this. COLL, you just do R2 prime D2, RU2, R prime D2, RU2R. And you don't need to learn it as an alg, you're literally just doing an A perm, but with U2. So, normal A perm, you do R2, D2, RU, R prime D2, RU prime R, but here you're doing R2, D2, RU2, R prime D2, RU2R. So, very simple, you're just doing A perm, but with U2 when there's U. Literally nothing special about it. If you can't learn how to do D2, then just learn it. So, ring pinky is the better way to go. Do it like this. So yeah, better COL algorithm. Much faster. Definitely switch to it if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.